In the last few videos, we looked at both for and while loops. We determined that for loops will keep iterating based on the range of the iterable, whereas the while loop keeps iterating through a block of code until its condition stops being met. We can actually have more control over our loops with the break and continue keywords. The continue statement jumps over one iteration of the loop. It skips one iteration of a loop, whereas the break keyword jumps out of the loop completely. It terminates it. If we detect that a certain condition has been met and we don't need to iterate through our code anymore, then we break out of the loop. Let's look at an example. We'll start off by making a list, number, a list of numbers, is equal to a list which ranges, we're going to have a range from 0 to 10. You should know what this is by now. Simply a list of numbers that goes from 0 to 9. If you're not sure why, make sure to revisit the video on slicing. We'll print this list for clarity. Print numbers. There's our list. Now on the second cell, we're going to loop through this list with a for loop. For number in numbers, and inside of our block, every time we iterate through this list and access each individual number one by one, we'll declare an if statement. So if number modulus 2 is not equal to 0, if our number divided by 2 does not give us a remainder of 0 if the number is odd, we're going to continue. And outside of the if statement, we're going to print the number. The logic being, if we're looping through an odd number like 3, this condition will evaluate to true since the modulus will not be 0. Continue gets invoked and skips over the loop, and nothing below gets called. Otherwise, if we're iterating through an even number, a number like 2 or 0, continue is not invoked as this would evaluate to false. It does not skip over the loop body, thereby printing the number itself. If you run the cell, indeed we end up getting 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Since every time we iterate through an even number, it skips over the continue keyword, therefore executing the code inside of the for loop body. If we replace this with a break keyword, as soon as we iterate through an odd number, it would just terminate the entire loop. Run the cell, and clearly it first iterates through 0, an even number. This condition is false, break doesn't get called, and the iteration goes without interruption, printing the number 0. But then we're iterating through the number 1, that's an odd number. The if statement evaluates to true, breaking the entire loop. The same concept applies to while loops.